All right. Now we've done that, let's get going. Do, 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 do. So I'm already done with that one. Which was there. Good morning. Yo, yo, yo. How's it going? We all right? Ready for another day of trading. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be good. I love trading NQ in the morning. Like, we used to just trade, so UK time, right? We trade London Open. Yes! Come on, Pickles. That live account, mate, that payout is coming. Let's have a look on GU, yeah? I don't even know why this is here. Are we on the 32nd? Let's have a look. Ooh. Yeah, it depends on the probability, right? So NQ at the moment, it's up at 65%. So it's and also how the algos are looking. We're crossing that zero line. This is a big thing for me. The first time we cross the zero line, it's always a good indication. Like we've done it a few times today, right? Coming down to that zero line. As where when you've got it, when it's kind of further on, like here, you don't know how long potentially it's then that trend's going to continue, but you can often get that second move. But when the higher time frame's not with it as well, sometimes I look for just that first move, and then maybe we get a bit of chop instead of, especially at the moment as well, it's quite a heavy news week, right? So here you can see, look, we get that move over, and then we chop. Right? We get that move under, and then we chop. And we get that move up, and then we chop. Well, we actually come the other way, but so yeah, a lot of the time for me, it's kind of just focus on that crossover. And it's the data as well with the early signals, right? So when that signal printed, we were already 64% probability with this being our high, plus we'd taken out this low. So not only had we this high, I mean, obviously I'm using a bit more sort of technical analysis. We'd come up, taken this high, and then taken the low of the hour. Yeah, of course I can. I'm going to have to load it up because we don't have any chart. So I'm not going to use Tesla. I'll use 6B. Oh, it's had a cracking morning as well. Look at that. Come over the zero line. So this is a good example where we get a small correction right here. I'm trying to do it without this stupid thing. I'll move that over. So we get a small correction and then we cross again. Like, beautiful. Do we get in early? I'm getting to it. I'm going to German for you now. Bear me a second. Is it on futures or do you just want it on the CFD? Is either okay? My data must be on the 2 hour. Let's have a look at the hourly stats. Ooh, okay. So recently it's not been super high in the first 10 minutes. Second, once you get that sort of 20 minutes done, so the normal sell signals are good. So like when that 20 minutes up, so here when that low goes, this gives us a good probability. We are in a sequence 2 with the time frame as well. So this was a nice trade. It's just a shame it didn't come back down again. Left it for the next hour. So this low should go. 2 hours in a sequence one, the 2 hours started here. So we expect our distribution of price at the end. Let's have a look at the 2 hour stats. Right, so we can see our 2 hour, yeah? So hit our 2 hour started here. So come up. We've transitioned into a strong bearish trend. You can see here we went weak. Sort of nice take the low on the first candle. Very much like NQ. Similar trade really. So we're expecting this low to go. Let's have a look at the two. Have I got the 2 hour stats up? Yeah, I have. Right, okay. So let's just go up time frames a bit. Let's just collect a little bit more data on this. Ooh. You definitely need the first 20 minutes. The first 10 minutes does not give you. So if I change this into 3 segments, that's just going to show you 20-minute blocks. So you can see in the 20 minutes, we get a 65% probability. So after the 20 minutes, once we take that low, GR40 gives you a great statistic. The bull side is good, so 71%. And then in the last 20 minutes, we're getting 58% of our distribution, both for bullish and bearish. When you get a sequence 1, you expect the high. Once I get the stats on this, you should see an increase in stats. So when you get a sequence 1, it's more likely to get the high in the first segment, and it's more likely to get the low in the second segment, because when we talk about different price action, corrective price action, and strong, where you get that strong push in that trend, that is very often a sequence 1. So when you get that, it's usually a delivery of price from the start to the finish. So it's much more likely to have the high in the first segment and the low in the last segment. I'm coming for those lows. So if we were framing that trade, right, we'd want to have our stop. Maybe you could have used this one once we'd taken that, really. 1R, yeah, so you could have taken this if we were going for the low. There goes the low. Morning. Who's in? You're in this? You trade GR40 as well? I'm going to have to leave this up, aren't I, then? I'll leave this trading. Who trades copper? I've removed copper. I need to add copper back on. Oh my god, I was so annoyed with myself last night. So annoyed with myself. I was short on CL here. And we'd crossed the 0 line. I was like, this is going. And then I closed the trade, kids, putting them to bed. Never mind. Let's get back to... that's a beautiful push down. What have we got below? Oh, okay, we got loads of price below. We're still early, right? We've still got 91% of all our lows. Let's increase this to 10 so we get more data. Okay, so we've got a 54%. That's much better. So, absolutely, we still have a little bit more push on price. We can drop down the time frames and watch our trend on watch our dynamic TP, and we can use that on a lower time frame to catch as far as we can on the move, right? It's a beautiful push down though. $10 seconds still red. 15 seconds still red. 5 seconds still red. Yeah, it's a beautiful trade. Congrats everyone who took that. Beautiful trade. Did NQ go with it? Yeah, NQ went as well. Just looking at this low with NQ, but I don't always like to target lows, especially with a few trades on as well. So I think that was just 60 ticks. Just took 60 ticks. 300. DR breakout short on NAS. I've had DR. I've DR for CL, right? After you said, I was looking at kind of how we use it, how we could. Well, there's loads of ways to use it, right? Close below the 50 line. The whole zoo box thing, right? When I was there, I got Mr. M7 got very annoyed for me over the zoo box. So I collected the probabilities that when we close below the 0 line, we close below the 50 line, what the probability is of it going, right? So NQ in New York Open is like 80% probability, but in the morning it's not. ES has the highest probability in the morning, and actually use ES as your bias for where NQ will go. But that indicator's coming soon. Tony's working on it now. What are you looking at, NQ? Oh, me rules. Hang on. Yeah, nice breakout. Pull back in. Nice trade out of that. Is that what you took? What's that like? Second deviation. Yeah. Into the 0-1. Very nice. Let's just have a look at... I need to change this so it changes with it. God, whoever told me about this, I love you. Bitcoin. Let's have a look. We'll go back through everything in a second. I just want to... So we're in a sequence 7, right? So we've got... Let's put... let's just have a look. Oh, I'm on the 7 hour anyway. Our 7 hour is here. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4 hours in on our 7 hour. Our 7 hours at sequence 1. Let me just find... Does the 3 hour... does this... When does we... Where's the... Right, that's just started. That's back. 4 hour. It's got a couple of hours left. 3 hour. Okay, good. So our 3 hour started at the beginning of the London, which is a great one to do. So if we look at fucking spacebar. How many times you do that? It drives me insane. So if we look at our 3 hour, we've got a strong bullish trend in our 3 hour, right? Which is... Here's our open. So I'll be interested to see whether that changes to a correction or we hit like the 4.4 deviation, come back up, have a false day. Doesn't feel like we're going to have a false day, right? This is super strong. Yeah, it's really easy. Really, really easy. So all it was when you're in DR, right? So I was at it from the beginning, and I keep to the real core basics in basics of DR when it first started, first 6 months. So okay. So when the DR closes, you get an early indication, right? So this is red. The reason why it's red, when it was decent, yeah. The reason why it's red before time and fucking price, Jesus Christ, that destroyed me. Before it's red, when it's red, it means it's closed below the 50 mark, right? And when it's green, it means it closed above the 50 mark. So I was just like, well, why? And what's the probability? So me and T went and collected all the data on it. So you can see here, the last candle closed below the 50-point line, giving you an early indication that we were going to confirm short. And the probability of that is what we went and collected. I can't remember what CL is in the morning. NQ in the morning was low. Morning. So ES has a very high probability of that early indication of that when it closes below the 50 point of which direction it's going to confirm. So then when you couple that with like the algo and everything, right? So we've got an early confirmation. It's going to be 70, I think it's about 77% on ES in the morning. But generally what ES does in the morning, also NQ will do. So if NQ confirms above, but ES confirms below, you're going to go with ES's directional bias, not NQ's. NQ's got a good false rate in the morning, although at night NQ's the highest. So during New York. So here you can see the box confirms green, right? And then we confirm long. Here you can see the box confirms green because the last candle closes above the 0 line. We confirm long. Here you can see that we close below, and this is London, I think, and we close above. Oh, is it London or is it? Anyway, so here you can see we close. I don't know why that's red, because we close above, so that should be green. There's a bit of an error with DR. Yeah. So all that we did, and T's working on it now, we're creating a custom time though, so we don't just want it to be just this point. He's building it at the moment so that you can select a specific time range, half an hour, 15 minutes of any point of the day, splits it, and then tells you what the probability of the high or the low going based on if it closes above or below the 50% point. So it's a custom time so that you can change it or thing. And obviously you can use it for DR to help you give confirmation of potential bias, and then you can come down the time frames, right, and frame a trade. So you can then look for, you know, algo confirming. What have I done? There we go. So like here you get a sell signal, and already with that it's giving you confirmation that that we're going to be going short, and then you expect at least to go to the 0.4 deviation rather than the 0.5. So then you get your deviations out. Is it minus? Or is that up? Why is that? Oh, it's down there. Jesus. Needs to do 0.4. No. Right, so that potentially could be your high probability trade, right? So even if it's going to be a false day, a lot of the time we'll hit the 0.4 before doing a false day. Everyone who was successful generally took early trades. A lot of them would take like tap of this and then the early trade rather than the confirmation. But that's why I like the early direction. But anyway, away from that. So, lovely move down. Dynamic TP is just starting to change on the 15 seconds. So hopefully you've taken some profits, or you're done with your trade, in which case, congratulations. Let's have a little look. Sequence 1 bullish. So Euro's gone bullish. Trend AI is good. We're coming up to the 0 line. We're at 50%. We've still got 72% probability of the high to come. That's including the current open. We've taken the high of the previous hour. So market structure's bullish. EMAs are bullish. Oh no, I'm on gold. This is gold, sorry. liquidity. So we've taken lows, and then we've put a new liquidity line in here and here. So the only thing I don't like is our low, both low and highs in segment 1. So that's not enough for me. But I do like this coming above. But it would just be cleaner if that had taken this high. Because right now we've got both high and low in segment 1. Hang on a second. I'm in replay. It's not even what's happening now. I'm talking about years ago. Why am with that? Why am with that trade? Where is it? Here we go. Well, that's what I've just marked up. There you go. Beautiful trade. Fucking hell. What is going on? I need another Red Bull. Here we are. Right, so we're in a sequence 7 corrective bullish. We're taking highs, so market structure's bullish, although we're confirming low. So our return to open data, do I need to refresh this? Yeah, I do. So this is the new data, yeah? Yeah. This is the new data, yeah? Let's just hide the normal return to open. You want to do some bits, we want to do some stuff on the return to open, don't we? I think when we're having like a corrective day, hindsight trading at its finest. Boosh! So let's have a look at this. Put it in the top right. Okay. So here's the open price. We're way below the open price. But this is a good example, the previous hour, right? So here's the open price, and here's the segments. So if the segment closes above the open price, so the close of each candle is going to be the 9-minute candle, right? So it's close on a 6-segment piece. It's going to be on the hour. It's going to be the 9-minute candle. So you can see the 9-minute candle closes above the open price. We come below it. We close above. We get a buy signal. We close above. We close below on this signal. We just missed that high. And then we close again. Right. So early on, we're giving us lots of probability of a bullish hour, right? And potentially here, that's worth a nice 1-hour trade. Just because we've got extra data lining up. But yeah. So that, it's just telling you another one to look at. All of this is below. So we're expecting to close bearish as we can see. So the daily is bullish, sequence 1 on gold. Where is our average movement of price on gold? Let's have a look. Okay, so we've already hit. I'll go up time frames. Let me get rid of the liquidity. Yeah, so on the daily, might need to increase me date range. So what I've done is I've just switched the stats to the daily, right? So this is daily high and low. And this is showing based on sort of average movement of price where we go to. So we're expecting a bullish day. High probability of obviously the highs being in the last 3 segments, which we're not even close to yet on the daily. So gold And we're just coming above the zero line again here. So gold could have a good rest of the day. But we've already expanded quite far already. So I'd want to see the hourlies absolutely coming in line before just guessing any of that with gold. When did we transition? Fucking hell. It's a nice, strong transition. Yeah. Staying above that zero line. Nice, strong trend. Yeah, I think gold, we can look to continue to go long on gold. As long as everything lines up, but yeah. It's looking good. How long have we got left of this hour? 10 minutes. Will the low go again? Got a lot of price to go for. All this down here, there's a lot of price to go for. We're not even close to that yet. Oh, we have gotten quite far. Where's the low? So the low is like here. Mid-range. Just want to have a look at Euro. 6B is looking better. It's looking good. NQ looking the same. A bit more choppy. YM. I was having a look at something last night on YM. Got really strong data in the morning on YM. Really strong data. So in the first 6 minutes, we get a 51% probability of the lows and highs. In the first 12 minutes, we're up at 60%. And then by 18 minutes, we're looking good, right? And if I do that to 6 minutes, you can see it's 48, 58, 61, 65, 70. So by 18 minutes, we're already at 17% on YM in the morning. Quite good. We're looking at Bitcoin. I've got this set to a weekly. Pretty sure. Yeah. This week, strong bullish. Let me just check Trend AI. Still really strong, although the daily, but I don't really care about the daily. I'm on the daily. Week is it's good. The strong trends are a good indication for Bitcoin. And this is set to 100 look back, 40.70. It's great that we've gone into a strong trend on Bitcoin. It's good because obviously we want to see that last transition bullish. We're using the RSI as well, won't we? On the weekly. So we were looking at this, right? So when I traded crypto, this used to be a big one for me. I look for a trend line. Trend line break. Trend line. But the break is, it's more down here. Above the average line, breakout. So our average line is only here. So you can see that if we put ourselves in the same position, we've got potentially quite a way. Now the only thing is we've already come above. We're already higher. So it's whether we can often make divergences for quite a while, right, before we see that drop. So it'd be interesting to see. Did we have one? Yeah, and then potentially you could look at that being that when we break the low of that trend line, potentially that might be on the weekly a point to look at securing profits, right? That was the end, and then there's your kind of point to point, right? Broke out, start the bull run. But that was just mainly when I used to trade crypto. When I just traded crypto, I think that's probably the best way to say it. Still do, just not as much. So we'll keep an eye on that on Bitcoin. Close to it on the daily. Do love the RSI when it comes to crypto. Close on the daily. Divergence in price. Sometimes we'll see a blow off, right? Blow off, and then maybe the correction comes. So we'll see. Still a long way to go, I think. But who am I? Well, we are just going under. All right. Come on, new hour. Right, what's this hour going to bring us? Okay, so we failed to take the low in the last segment. You can see we took the low in the last segment here. Bounced around. We have come down lower again on here, which is great. Depending on what happens, we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to keep an eye on it. Going to keep an eye on it. So remember, our higher time frame is bullish, right? Higher time frame is bullish. If we're able to transition back to bullish, we could see a nice explosive move to the upside. But potentially, if the trend's too strong, we could switch the higher time frame. But they're all aligned, right? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Volume's dropping off. Strength of the moves is starting to slow. See whether we go into a corrective phase. And we're still in a sequence 1 of the 3 hour. So when's our 3 hour end? We've still got another hour of the 3 hour. So on the 3 hour, half an hour is our segment. So let's just open up our 20-minute line. Just put our 30-minute line on. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, segment 4. Segment 4's got a low. So still a 50% probability of more lows. We've definitely got our high, right? Definitely got our high. It'll be interesting. Let's have a look at where the daily high and low is. So here is yesterday's. It's Monday's. So that's yesterday's low. That is not yesterday's low. That is yesterday's low. Stop it. There we go. Clicking all the wrong buttons. Loads of blue. More fat fingers today. Did we take the high? No. We haven't taken that low either. Just feel like come all that way. Why am I doing that? Text. Come all that way. Not tap that low. Wonder if that's our 3 hour low, right? Oh. Actually, you can go away now. Don't need you now. Been and done. So if we're checking order flow, which obviously I don't go into too much, but this will be our order flow. Coming out of here, breaking that, give us order flow switching bearish again. Although the only one that really matters is this one. So these haven't done anything. Look how close that is. Sorry, I haven't even got the chat up. I'm just talking away, not even listening to anyone. Missed the N2 target by a tick. Your target was that low. I think it's got to come back for it, right? It's got to come back for it. See what VIBs we've got. Nice. Nice bit of VIB action up here. I like this. Oh, we're in a new hour, aren't we? Let's get our hourly data back up. So we know the low's here, right? So we're expecting this low to go for our 3 hour. I think it's looking likely. We open a VIB, put in a new high, got these VIBs open. Bearish, bearish. Not great. We haven't got stats on it, have we? Do you know what I mean? This is the trades. Here, right? This is the trades. And you can talk about that early signal. Could have even had a tighter stop just above here. Above that candle. That creates the VIB. Bit like a fair value gap, right? They're the two candles that create the VIB above the high. So first directional bias we've got is that we're below the open. So, what have I just done? I want to hide my VIBs. So first thing we've got is we're below the open. So if the 9-minute candle closes below the open, that gives us an initial probability of about 65% of having a bearish hour. Plus then obviously we see the low go, we'll get an early signal giving us some more confidence for more bearish action. Our trend strength is bearish. I love to see this low go. This just looks like could take that low, but again we want to see data come alive. Very similar. Sequence 2, bearish. See how we're still taking lows on dynamic TP. I like that. So we don't want to see this low go for gold, right? We're expecting bullish. We don't want to see that low go. So we would expect to come up without this low going. Otherwise that breaks our market structure. Market structure has been bullish. We break the low of this candle and then immediately break the high, switching back bullish again. So as you can see, we've maintained taking highs, took the low and the high. Bear me a second. Got the Christmas tree at the door. Stupid delivery people. There's no tree, just a box. Got the stand and forgot to bring the tree. What the hell? Anyway, back to trading. That's just our order flow. So we did break the low. So we should go. We broke the low of that. Expecting now to carry on. 3 hour is still in the sequence 1. I'm going to come for this low. Come and get it. Come on. 8-minute candle. Equal lows. come above. Struggling. Come back under. 6E. Yeah, we've already taken the high as well, which I like. Liquidity is already printed. Right, so if we're taking highs, we don't expect this liquidity to go. We expect this liquidity to go. Bloody cat's outside. What do you want? You can come in, but shut up. Sit on the chair. Come on. You'd have a pet, eh? If you start trying to climb on the keyboard, you're out. Right. Shh. Transition. Nice. Sequence 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we've got our open price here. Our 9-minute candle closes above. We take this high. We get an early signal for this being our low. Shush. Need a little bit more. A little bit more on there. Lovely corrective price action on yes. Confirmation long. Sell signal, sell signal. Could get an early signal. I think that was an early signal anyway. Yeah, early signal. We got to take this high. You thought it was your car? Cat's behaving now. Test it out. I have no love for this. No love. I have no recommendations. So we're still bullish on the 3-hour on ES, which is here. It's one hell of a push if we're going to get up there, right? See that happening. Early sell signal. I think we might. Yeah. Yeah. CL is a beast. I think the best way the best trades I ever have on CL are a sequence 1, crossing the 0 line, and take the short on the sell signal. It just plummets. Like, they are always the best way I've ever had anything with CL. When trend AI is super bearish, right? Crossing the 0 line, sell signal, and fuck off. Same thing last night. Oh, that was last night. That was the trade that I got out of here. But yeah, they are really good when you get that. Crossing the 0 line, strong trend. Fuck off. They're the CL trades all day. Just short CL. Don't do anything else. Just wait until it's on a short. Sequence 1. Really clean. Why did I close that trade? I'm an idiot. 6E, we want to see that high go. We're watching you, gold. Bit choppy. Maybe we might pop up into here. Well, let's see. Still very bearish. I think it's still looking good. Was a 70% trade. Oh, right. I mean, it's... Not sure any direction anyone would have won, right? Like... Highs and lows, highs and lows. Yes. Yeah. Yep. So gold's taken the low, so initial bias is bearish for gold. We're getting mighty close to that zero line and we're starting to weaken. So maybe we might have a pullback. Got an enormous gap. We're not expecting that gap to be filled though. Yeah. Through here. My CL signal is just not working for some reason. Don't know why. When I play it through, it's not changing. I'm trying to look at that. I think it might be something to do with me, but yeah, I mean it's a good buy. Even people would be looking at like, okay, well we can tap up into here, right? Which there's loads of room to even tap up into. So it's just CL, right? And then it's been chop shot. Wow. I think it's just one of those ones. Stick it on there. Took the right trade. Followed everything good. Keep going. Right. Next trade. Oh, NQ. Yeah. Nothing for me on NQ. Even though I think this low's going, like, nothing for me. It's too the move. We've had our trades, right? We're just forcing trades out of this. We're forcing them. So what have we got? This is now flip bullish as well. Gold on the daily. Nope. So I mean that's not the type of price action we want to see. $6B. We haven't seen any highs or logo. CL. I'm not sure I want to talk about CL. Remember our 3 hours strong bullish on ES. That's held all the way. I mean, I still can't see it getting above back up here, right? For for the close of this hour. But mind you, the only thing I'd say is if this is a sequence 10, so there's only 12 records on it, so it's not huge. So we've had 10, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't seem right. Oh, on the 3 hour. God, that's even further back. A bit like here, which makes sense. I suppose it's been bullish all this way. And then this is where we'll transition. So if we're bullish, the next 3 hour might switch into a corrective bearish, which obviously is going to be very high probability of a bearish 3 hour. So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Go keep an eye on that. What's the 1 hour? 1 hour's strong bullish as well. Sequence 1. All right then. We haven't got everything aligning, but we'll keep an eye on it. Starting to come up to that 0 line. It's going to be interesting the next today. It's going to be interesting. There might be possibly today in NQ we could have a real good trade. Another strong move. Which I'm hoping will be bearish. I'm hoping we get a really nice strong bearish move down. I do prefer shorting than going long. I much prefer shorting. If I was to only trade in one direction, it would be short. Do you have a favourite? Does anyone actually only trade in one direction? Oh, yeah, let's have a look at it. Yes. On the hour, mark, let me see whether I've fucked up. Yes, probably me. Bear me a second. Might be me. Let's have a look. I haven't changed anything. It's not right though. I wonder. Let's have a look. Could be an old chart I'm using, so just bear me a second. Right, yeah. Bearish, sequence 6. So, let's close you. Close without saving. NQ. That's it. That's it. Must have had that old version that we had on. That wasn't working. I'm really interested in seeing whether we drop down now. We're quite corrective here, look. Where we are coming up. Still think. See if we can. Maybe it might be next hour. We get that continuation. Let's see. Thanks for that, Mark. Appreciate that, bud. Got me on the right track. Let me just check 3 hours, right? Yeah, 3 hours, right? Everything's good. We're all good. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, bud. Yeah, there's an old chart with the old indicator on. Thank you. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything this hour, I agree. I do think that maybe we've got this corrective hour and then the continuation. Still think this low's going, but we're not looking for it now. We're not trading Tesla. Gold, we didn't take the low, which is good. We still haven't taken a higher. Sorry, we've taken a low, which gives us an initial bearish bias. But we're very bullish on gold for the day, right? But we'll see. 6E's now got to sell. So nothing there for me. CL is just being CL. 6B, we've got a sell signal on. We haven't taken the low of the previous hour. We took the high already. So we have bullish structure. We're strong and we're in a sequence 5, right? More likely to be bullish. So, nothing for us on here either. If we take this high, that'll take us bullish. So none of the... So YM, we haven't taken the high, we're just sitting around. ES, this is our low, this is our high. More chop. NQ, same thing. Same thing. Let me have a little look. Nice and corrective on NQ. We'll see what happens, but it's not yet. Not yet. Gold. So gold's interesting. Okay. So gold's interesting. I'll show you why I think it's interesting. So you can see we've bobbed around, pushed up. We've had these. This has been pretty consistent how price has moved right today. This one's a bit deeper. This one took a lot longer. More of our blow off as well, that. So I'm interested to see. One, obviously we've got close to this zero line. So if we're going to cross the zero line, I am bullish on gold today. So I think anything that we have now bearish will be a pullback, and then we can wait for gold to switch back to bullish again. I'm very bullish on gold today. Very bullish on gold. It's a shame that the kind of the move happened overnight for me. But we came over the zero line last night. I think our daily was the, I think it's daily's bullish. Yeah, sequence one. Sequence one. So gold's on the list for me today. And I'm interested in this hour. And I'm interested in sure I've got it in my favourites. Yeah. This sort of correctionist, but it's this zero line. We've not come close to it, right? Since we came above. So it's just, will we get a deeper pullback? But I am bullish on gold. If we're going to get a pullback, where can we get a pullback to, right? Ooh, are we going to fill the gap? If we're going to go bullish for the day, you wouldn't expect us to fill the gap. Is this just a tap back in for then a continuation? Strong candle. Hour's got a lot of movement. This is the hourly kind of coming over the zero line. Bit of a correction, continuation. Interesting. We have come up into, quite reached into here. Have to watch out for that. But we've got all of this is why we use the hourly and the data to, you know, to help confirm anything we're thinking. It just helps confirm it for us. But it's just the way that the way price has moved all day, and then popped, and our daily's bullish. But we'll just see, because we've done it quite a long, we're coming close to that zero line, whether this is the real correction. Can I make impossible open source? I don't see why not. No worries, buddy. Ah, sorry, man. I didn't get to say thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the indicators. I still use them. very much. I am originally an SMC trader, right? From Photon. And then a DR trader. Which kind of got me into probability. So 20 minutes in, the 3 hour has got 25 minutes to finish. It's bearishness. See that break. Is it going to be? I just can't see it being this hour. Mind you, we haven't confirmed yet. Taking the low. It's very close to that low. Looking at NQ when I've got NQ. Here we go. Here we go. We're a little late, but this gives us... did you just take it? No. Yes? No. I need to put the prices back at the top of the chart. No. Equaled. Come on. Just one tick. It can be just one. Brought a tear to my eye, that did. Feel myself almost crying. Just give us the confirmation. Come on. It's bearish on the algo. Still not yet changed. Oh, look at that 15-second come under. Drove it down. 30-second went red. See, if we could, you could set a sell stop below here. It's 1R. To the low for a new low. It's getting a bit late though. Still got a 72% probability of a new low. Not on the 3 hour though. It's on the 2 hour. On the 3 hour. Still time on the 3 hour. But it's a different trade. Right, there's your high for the 3 hour. What's the 2? 2 hours just started. 3 hours there, 1 hour. Yeah. Nice if it came back. It should have taken. It would have taken the low first. It would have given us more. It's been awkward. Are you ready? So 15 seconds gone above, right? So one of the things that we could frame on NQ is waiting for this 15 seconds to come back below that zero line in a similar way that we just got here to confirm that breakdown, to potentially drive down for the low, because we know there's that liquidity line below, right? Which we're expecting, we get that close to it, we're expecting to take because we've been taking bearish liquidity, right? So you can see here, we're taking bullish liquidity. We then take the low here, which means that we expect this high to sit. We come up, we don't take the high. We take the low, leave another high. So right now, we're expecting this low to go until we switch and then we start taking highs, right? There was a slight grab of this high. I used to trade for liquidity. It was 8 cap. Just gone on the wrong one, I think. Yeah, same thing. 8 cap was just a grab. Wasn't a full grab. Bit cleaner on NQ. So yeah, we can use. Sorry, just clean them up. We can use our 15 second, right? Because if we're going to go bearish and we're going to drive for the lows, the 15 seconds got to go under. It's got to go under. Corrective. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep an eye on gold. Is it gonna? Is it going? So right now we expect this to be our high for gold. So we could have taken a, well, I mean, obviously we haven't got probability in our favour, so we wouldn't have taken. Let's just load up on here. Hang on. Let me just quickly switch to gold. I'll switch back. Just want to see the three. So 2 hour is corrective bullish. When did our 2 hour start? Previous hour? Yeah. So 2 hour is corrective bullish, expecting to close bullish. There's a good chance that would have been, could have been a 1 hour trade, that, expecting this low to go. Stop above the high. But it's not in the direction of the trend, so it's only here. It's not a desperation have to trade that one. Watching NQ, just want to see it come under this. Okay, here we go. It's got a long way to go. If it goes, we might not be able to do anything. And again, I still think we might make it into the next hour before we catch a short on NQ. If you've still got your TP there, Mark, let's see if it comes and gets it. So our 1 minute, right, is still bearish. We've moved up. So first warning, obviously we're starting to break back up again, but we're still bearish on all of our time frames. The 3 hour is still bearish. Our low is not in the last part of the 3 hour, so you know there's good data for this low to go. There's our breakout. It's not, to be fair, I've not done that massively clean, have I really? Not sure, it's probably more like, keep it like that. $30 seconds. I mean, this is closer. See if it can get under. 15 seconds, it's heading down. Risk right now would be 39 ticks. Sorry. 42 ticks. We're going against a lot of data. We haven't got anything I'd rather. It'd be better if it held off to the next hour, but we'll see. I don't really want it to come back. It's going to go now. I want it to go. We can take this low as well. That'll give us good confirmation. So we've taken this here, this low, this bit of a bullback. Switching's bearish. You may start to come around. 10 seconds, come back under. Not quite there on the 15 second. One minute hasn't changed yet. Still bullish. So is this 3 hour low? It's 15 minutes left. What do you reckon?
Order submitted.
So we've wicked that low. Come under. Let's see. Starting to come under now. $29. Don't want to see this high go now. I've got a sell stop below, which I'll remove if we take this high. Or I might just take a tight trade. And then if we take that, I'm alright anyway. No, we've already taken it, so I'm taking my sell stop off.
Order cancelled.
$34 ticks. Market structure still bearish. We've come under that zero line. Expecting this low to go. Would have been nicer to have a bit more of a confirmation under here. We've come down, wicked the low, closed above here. That's our order flow, right? So order flow bearish. Switch is bullish from taking this. That's why I removed the order. We come up here. So here now we'd want to see this go. See, we've gone blue again, right? On the 15-second. I feel like we just got to finish this hour, let it have a corrective hour, and then we'll get that next hour move potentially. It's funny how price works. Sometimes it has to just do it with the opening of new candles, if you like. We go red again.
Order submitted.
I'm sticking a sell stop under here. Cheap trade. What risk have I got? 20 ticks. I'm only risking a bit of the profit I've already had today, right? Rather than anything on my account. I tend to try and risk sort of 10-20% of the profit I've had once I've got to a decent point. So with these trades here, I'll then reduce risk. And rather than utilise my account, I'm utilising some of the profit that we've gained from these trades and this trade. More of a speculative trade than it is anything else. We need to see the next hour, I think. It's all about the next new hourly candle. It's funny how things change once you get a new hourly candle or a new candle. It does make a big difference. Nope. See, now we're curved back up. I think that's that off the books.
Order cancelled.
We're out of that. Let's have a look at gold. Coming to that zero line now. It needs to go. If we're going to go, it needs to go. Sharp movement down. If we don't, then it's still strong on the bulls. Strong in the bulls. I didn't mean it like that. Strong in the bullishness. Not strong in the bulls. Yep. 6E has hit drab time. Just going to chop chop. In there. Looks like we're driving. This is a beautiful drive down, right? Beautiful. See how we didn't, we've not, I'll show you a big difference between the two, right? So why is this is driving down. This is, we come down, we make a low. Think of it like market structure. Pull back, new low, pull back. We didn't violate the high. We took the low, right? It's all nice and still clean with everything that we're seeing. We go on NQ on the 1 minute. And right now, right, we take the low, we pull back, take the low again. Now we take this high, right? So it's just not as clean as this. Now, if this fails to come down, right, and then we start taking the high in the pullbacks, then maybe we've got a bit of a reversal, bit of a higher time frame pullback coming. I'm going to do a masterclass on it. I'm going to do a video inside. There we go. So you see how the kind of order flow helped us manage that trade, right? So we came here, broke this high, which gave us bullish directional. We had this then as our, okay, well, we need to hold this level we need to break this level if we're going to go bearish. We hold it and we keep holding, and then we continue in the bullish nature. Well, that's order flow, which I can do a video on as well if you'd like. Do a video on order flow. Nice liquidity grab, taking those highs. Market structure is still bearish, right? So here's our previous hour high, here's our previous hour low. We didn't take the low, so we've got an inside bar. Yeah, I'll do an order flow video. No worries. You can do order flow on any time frame, right? It's the same thing. So like when these highs, so when we come down here, right, so here's our first order flow, pull back, break above. We then take that low here, tap it just under it, but we still break through it, which means the volume wasn't good enough to keep price going, which means then we're expecting this to get violated. So we come back up, we tap up into here, which is our last pull up, break that low. Here's our pullback, right? So we tap back up into our pullback, then fail to take the low, take that high. So when we take this high, that's our order flow switching bullish. We take this high, we take this high, right? So it's just giving us directional bias that this is the last, so we expect this to hold. We come down, start doing that pullback, come back into it, fail, and then when we take this high, we're expecting continuation. And then obviously on the lower time frame, you saw, you know, how even on the 15-second we were able to read how price was, this conviction to the downside was not on the cards. This is looking good now in terms of coming back up to that zero line. So we could get a correct sequence 1 next hour. Sequence 1 being a corrective bullish. If we get a corrective bullish, then we'll be looking for a long. 3 hour failed to get its low. There's a hell of a reversal. So we're doing what we said there. Look, we're failing to make a new low. Switching bullish. I want to see this high go. Then maybe order flow might flip on this. Yeah, conviction to the short side on gold isn't holding. So I think we're going to see gold have some more upside. Yes, is going. NQ. So we don't want NQ on the hourly to flip corrective until the hour closes, which is this minute anyway. Yeah, sure, man. I'll do a recap. So I want to replay it as price. Okay. So we come onto the 0 line, so we get our nice movement down. Okay. We then get an early buy taking this high, so market structure switches to bullish here, but our trend AI switches to strong bearish. So we get that transition bearish, so we're expecting, and there's our corrective sequence 1 on NQ, so I'll speed this up a bit. So then we're expecting, right, okay, so we need to see, before we're looking to take this short, we need to see what? We need to see trend AI coming back below, because we've come over, so we want to see trend AI come below. We want to make sure this strong trend changes, but it is a transition trade, so sometimes we get a bit of a messing around before we get the transition. Okay, so hourly candles, we're taking highs, so we're looking for the lower of the hourly candle to go as well to give us that switch in price action. Okay, so you can see here we come under, right? We come under the 0 line, so there's our first signal, well, second signal, because the first signal is the logos of the previous hour. So there's our if price is going to go down, right? If you're shorting, you're expecting price to go down, then we have to break candle lows. There's no other way about it. We have to break candle lows. If we're bullish, we have to break candle highs, right? So this is why I use this as a kind of like, if we're bullish, we have to break candle highs. If we're bearish, we have to break candle lows. It's just simple as that. So we break the low, confirming a bearish candle, expecting a bearish hour now, because this is an hour, confirming with our data, right? So we're looking, so we've come under the 0 line, magic, EMAs have changed, great. We're below the open price, great. We've flipped candle structure bearish, very strong. We've got a sequence 1 on our algo, a sequence 1 on our 2 hour, great, everything aligning. So we just want a little bit of a signal. We get a signal here, right? An early signal here, and then I'm in the trade, and then I'm aiming now, moving my stop from here to take this low. Lazy boy setup here as well, tag the 50%, and then down it goes in the last segment before we open up a new trade. And then I was in that trade as well. So let me just see where that trade was. 20934. There, that one. So in this signal here, I was in for the continuation, taking this low. Out a bit early, really should have been out down here, but I was just taking 60 ticks 1 hour trade, taking me, especially after having these as well. So yeah, so that was really clean, everything we look for. Transition, this is corrective as well, right? From that move down, you know, I like to see a corrective move. We have a nice strong move down. 3 hours we correct without able to get close to breaking these, right? Nice strong move, break the low, early sell signal, sequence 1, come below the 0 line, everything's aligned. That's what we wait for. And now we're doing the same thing again, right? So we're looking sequence 1, corrective bearish, 97% probability of going bullish. We're coming up to that 0 line. EMAs are crossing. We don't have a transition. So again, this is a 1 hour trade. We're not expecting this to go to the moon, but we're expecting a bit of a pullback, right? So let's see. So what do we need? So first thing we want to see is we want to see that this is potentially our low. Can tag this. Let's have a look at our VIBs, what we've got holding us. Okay, down here. They have got this gap as well, it's just not shown. So we want to come above here now, and then maybe this is our level that we can hold to come take highs. Have this open as well. So what we're waiting for now is we're waiting for what? We want to see market structure change. So we need to see this high go, which is great because that high going is also the high going for the current hour. So tick number one is this. So we need to see this go. This is our last move up. We break this high now, order flow sits inside of here. So we're going to wait for our data. So we've got a couple of bits of data that we're going to use. So I'm going to go through them. We've got our high and low data, right? So we've got another 6 minutes is up in 1 minute. Our 6 minute data is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's keep on that. Now I'm just going to hide that table because I just want to talk about another bit of data as well. So here he's showing us above and below the open price. So right now the 9 minute candle, this is our open price. If it closes below the open, we already, see if we fill this and then go. If we close below the open in the first segment, with 67% probability going to close bearish on the hour. So 75%, I'm just going to go up, just going to increase time frames. Just want to, yeah, 68% probability in the first segment, right? So it's a good indication straight away. Like if we close above the open price, that's an initial bias. For the last 153 bullish candles that closed, sorry, the last 153 times the segment one closed above, it has had a 75%. As we go up time frames, collect a bit more data, it's a bit lower. So 68% is why I'm saying that. No worries, Cloud. Anytime, mate. You can come on here, ask me any questions you want. I will cover everything. You know, always say these lives are about anyone coming on asking any questions they want. It's not so much about me sitting here and just trading. Here to help, support, share. And it's a community. So rather than do our lives in the Discord, we're doing them on YouTube. We're here to support. And these are the things you don't even have to have Max Algo to benefit from these things, right? So market structure, candle highs and lows, all that type of thing. Even the data, you can see the data on my screen. You can take some of the data you want if you don't want to use it. I love having it to hand, and it makes life, especially trading, so much easier because it's just there for me, especially the algos as well. So the algo switched back to bearish. It's not a great sign. We want strong conviction in our algo, but we do have this open gap, so I'm not surprised that we've come back down to it. Taking this high will switch the algo back, which gives us that correction. So we really want to see this go. Yeah. What am I not doing? Well, first of all, I don't need the angle. Go away. That line. Let's have a look at some other stuff while we're waiting for that. Gold's come under the zero line. It's give that push down. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. YM flipping bullish, coming above the zero line as well. It's not changed yet though. Still bearish. ES. We have the similar thing on ES. Haven't taken the low, so we haven't taken the high, so we're still just inside candle. We haven't gone above the zero line on the 1 minute for ES. So again, we need to see that happen. Same thing as NQ. We're riding on up to it. I mean, if gold's going to go, it needs to go. Like, otherwise, it's really holding strong. Get an early sell signal on NQ. Maybe the pullback's over. Maybe this is the hour now we go the other way, which is fine. Because obviously we're just trading with the probability. The only thing is the algo, we had that extra 3 hour, right? So 63%, 60%. It's not super strong like it was here. This was just perfect. This says not as perfect. Doesn't really matter. I'm just looking at its corrective. Still made another high. I mean, it just really looks super bearish. But we just need to see it confirm. Problem is the confirmation's so far away. So right now we're expecting this to be our high. So let's go into our high. I think our high date is already set to 10 segments, right? So if we are early signal bearish, there's a 61% probability this is our high. Where else could it go? I mean, previous day low is here. We haven't taken the previous day. We've been bullish, haven't we? So we haven't been taking previous day lows. Transition bullish. Transition bearish. Right. Just looks super bearish, right? Nice continuation. There goes the breakdown anyway. "15" comes to that zero line again. Are we going? Let's have a look. So this, we wouldn't want this to go. Where's my segments? "14 minutes in, 61% probability this is our high. We've taken this low. Not yet. Wicked it again. So we wicked this one. We've just done the same again. Now we're coming under. Need to see conviction. This we don't want to see go at all. There we go. This is getting more, giving us more conviction now. Oh, it's just... Now we're starting to go. So... Yeah, we got 1 R on it. Could even use this high here. I like that. Better if we could get that. We are 15 minutes in. At 18 minutes we get further confirmation, but if we take that low, I think I'm going to try and
Order filled.
take it to the low here. Yeah. Low risk. Just looking for 1 R. Ideally, this is where my stop is, right? I could do half an R. So this is 10% of my profits today that if I lose, I'll give back. We've taken this low. So I like the conviction in this. Again, we don't want to see this high go. Don't want to see this go. One minute has changed as well. If we hold this now, I think yeah, that was where it was. Need to see conviction in it. It's not a great trade. Dan's got everything aligned. I'm happy to risk a little bit of profit on it, but that's it really. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I do think we're going to flip, but hey ho. Ideally, I'd be taking the trade up here really for that low, like that. Gives me more probability in my favour, but that's fine. If this goes, this is a big part, right? So we just want to see this low go. If this low doesn't go, especially if this high goes now again, we tap up into here. This high going is a big no-no. kind of married to an idea, which is not great. Previous trades, there was just no ideas. It was just following the indicators. Everything aligned. It's looking good. But let's see. Want to see this logo? We're below the open price, right? So probability bearish. Sell signal 65% high. Bearish on these, not great. This has got to go now. We don't want to tap at a take of the high. Absolutely not. Need the low to go. Otherwise, that's a beautiful reversal, right? Tap back, tap in. Take the low. Oh, there he goes. I haven't studied it enough to have a like a massive opinion on it. I think it's not fair for me to study it. I've been reviewing the indicator, and I'm not a fan. From what I've seen at the moment, I'm not a fan. Because this would be 3, take 2, right? And then 4 to take. But it's just all around. I don't think as an indicator. I think you need to understand it and do the back testing with it. I just think so. Stoic is, and Dave, I've got a lot of respect for. I completely. I think they're great traders. Here we go. Here's the sell signal as well. We take the low. And I'm from a similar background, right? I'm from SMC, from Photon. Just a different way of trading. A more higher time frame was Photon. But you know, I haven't really looked at SBS. I don't like fibs. Just don't like fibs. Yeah. I think the thing with Dave and Stoic is they are great traders. Their intuition is amazing. And you need that in your trading then to be that good. It was always kind of like that same thing, right? Your market structure, my market structure. Well, that wasn't the high. That wasn't enough of a pullback. That, you know, order block or I keep just calling them order blocks now. I can't remember what we used to call them. Wasn't the right one because of this, that, and the other. It's all experience, and I think it takes. This is the whole 98% of traders aren't successful, and it's because of that experience that's needed. Zones, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like you need to be able to dedicate yourself like they have. So this is where all this is kind of more takes that experience out of it, if you like. Just makes it super simple. Right, stops at break even. Let me bring up. Flipping hell, that was close to. So this would have been. My target was there. Let's screenshot it for you. because I don't go for. I always kind of. Well, I sometimes like to go for highs and lows. Like I always try and take it a little bit before, just in case it doesn't take it. But so obviously this is our high probability target. Why I had it just below it, I don't know. Look at it. Okay. But anyway, happens to all of us, right? Yeah. Yeah, it does. So this is why this is really sort of clear. These trades were really clear. Just sequence one, coming under the zero line. Everything was bearish. You know, like we saw the algo, right? So this is what it looks like. When you play it forward, this is what it looks like in real life. So when you're trading live, this is exactly what you're seeing. Everything, 88%, 89%, 87%. This is the perfect setup. Strong bearish, take the low, take the previous market structure, just bang. And then even at 50%, right? So at this point, there's a 76% probability that there's more lows to go. Here's the 50% mark, right? So if we take a one-to-one trade, we've got a 79% probability this is our high, and we've got a 76% probability that our low is going to go. So when we get tapped in here, right, we've still got a 60% probability that there's a new low to go, plus of how strong everything is. So it's a great one-to-one trade. So early trade, one-to-one trade, and then bang, we get it. And that's just probability, right? Oh, did it get taken out and break even? Not sure. Let's have a look. Where is it? Yeah, we're out. On a break even by not even. I reckon I don't. I just think I don't got. I just think I didn't get filled. It was that close. Right. I mean, is there a tick in that? Or do you reckon it just didn't fill? What? We'll give it a tick. We'll say it was a tick. There you go. We've still got time for this low to go, right? So we could look at it in the same way. I'm not re-entering now. Well, I could, but I'm not. So this is our low, right? And this is our high. And this is 50%. So right now, there's a 79% probability this is our high. And there is a 76% probability we've still got more lows to go, right? So if we look at the data on that, it's gonna go down and take it. So you can see, I'm just going to reduce it to, actually I'll just give it more space, hang on. Right, so I've broke it into 10 segments. A segment is time and price, right? So price being the high and low of an hour, and the time being what time during the hour. So this is broken an hour down into 10 segments, so 60 minutes, 6-minute segments. So every 6 minutes, it's tracking where the high and low of the hour was. So we've got everything telling us this is a bearish hour, right? So we're looking at the bearish column. So you can see that in the last 6 minutes of an hour, 27%. And I'll just go up time frame a little bit. And we can make that a bit bigger. Is that? Want me to zoom in on this? This needs to be easier if I zoom in on it. Make it a bit bigger. I'll do it anyway. Let's hide the prediction table. Let's increase the size of the normal table. Okay. So good amount of data now, right? 500 candles, bullish and bearish. So of our bearish candles, in the last 6 minutes, 28% saw the low of the bearish candle. So in the last 6 minutes, that's great. 15% in the last 12, 10% in the last 18. That 6 segment there, right? So we add them together. In the last 18 minutes, you've got 20, 30, 40, 48, 53, right? So you've got 53. Now we are not even halfway. So we're here. We've still got all this data to go. So do you think there's a good chance that low's going? Right? We're here. 9%, 8%, 10%, 15%, 28%. This is all to go. Now to make it easy, this is what the prediction table does for you, right? It adds it all up. So our prediction table is doing that math for us. So you can see there's still a 72%. All the data that we've got, there's a 72% probability of a new low and 82% probability that this is our high. So we're still expecting this low to go, right? Now if we come up here, ideally we want to see these above 70%, right? So it's not a so highest probability, but we did take that low. I just think this liquidity low here, like, I know I don't fight for lows, I fight for data. So it's just with us having still high probability and more lows yet to come, then you know I'm still confident in that. Here's our order flow though, right? So got a gap here though. See all these VIBs, holding price, down. Now we've got these 2 VIBs, bullish VIBs, holding price up. But if we get through these, right, we don't want to see price. So like, are we going to get to the 50%? It's here. Do I want to get all the way up there? Breaking through all of these? Probably not, right? See how we just held that one. Now we're got this gap which we're breaking above. So I'd rather, if I was going to take a short, I'd rather take it from here, from this. But we've gapped above it already. So we're at the 50%. Tap on the 50%. There's the 5 minute. Let's have a look at the lower time frames. Just going to close my VIBs back off. So I could take the 1-to-1 here. Statistically, it's in my favour. Obviously, price isn't looking great, but you know, probability-wise, we could look at, you know, you could take that. It's not got, we've got algos in our favour, not hugely, but still in our favour, right? Just going to make this bigger. I think we can do, let's just do a 1-to-1. Same risk again, keep it down.
Order filled.
Put our stop here. Targeting low. Now I'll manage risk on this because again, once the data starts failing us, then we'll see. Again, I'm using lower risk than what I do on my other trades. I've gained my profit through here. I'm now not looking to give that back. So I use, instead of using my account as my, when I first trade, once I've had a few trades, which I've had 3, then I'll use the profit as my account so that I'm not giving back to the market. And then I'll have sort of like 1 or 2 trades of losing on that, and then I'll be done. Be lock out for the day, be done, get out. So we're now looking at this. We've got break even on that one by 1 tick of our profit target. We're now looking for the low. So we're using this data. So we've got a 69% probability of another low to come. We're bearish. We're below. See if we can get that trade. Ideally this low, so our first kind of point. Want to see that go. Taking this high was not good. But we're trading with probability, right? Which is now dropped to 55%. So now I haven't got a huge amount of data in my favour. Still above 50%. But not great. We've also then changed on dynamic TP as well. That's now gone bullish. Also not great. So, like I said, we'll manage risk. I'm now massively reducing my stop. If that goes, I'm done. Don't want to see any more. Like I said, we'll manage risk. So this was the risk I was prepared to lose, and now I'm down to here. There we go. High's gone. Oh no. I am a bit above, not on it, so I'm still in. It's not looking good. We just come on, take this low, close below. It's good. Still not able to change back. I've reduced risk because I don't like, obviously, data now. Not as strong as it was before. We're moving into the last two segments. So if we're going to get our low, we want to see our low now. So I want to see price driving down, not driving up. Right? So that's why I'm not leaving me stop up here, because it's like, well, if this is where we get our delivery of lows in this last 20 minutes, then I want to see price coming down. If I'm seeing price coming up, then that's not great. So when I get to kind of, depending on what price is doing, this is where I'll manage the trade. And yeah, we want to see price delivering down in the last sort of 20-15 minutes, right? We want to see that we're going to take that low, we need to be coming down. Otherwise, we're more likely then to be dribbling upwards. Close below the open, but dribble upwards. Still coming up to that zero line on the 15-second again. Haven't been able to take that and go back red. 30 seconds nicely under. This is what made me take the trade. And we're still under on both. Right.
Stop filled.
There we go. Trades off. So our risk was 58 ticks, reduced to 8. And I absolutely am a massive advocate for managing risk. Like, instead of just having the same stop every time, like as price moves, you know, kind of manage risk. Even moving your stop 50%, right? If it's not coming out in the favour, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. I think just leaving it and either or is not the right thing. So we did take the low of the previous hour. Okay, so it gave us a bearish. So we took the low of the previous hour. Just going to get rid of that. Just going to clean this up. We no longer need this. Yes. We no longer need that. So we took the low of the previous hour, right? So bearish candle, inside candle, took the low. What we'll want to see now is we've failed to come down. So when we've had this correction, we've failed to come down and take the low. We're now coming back up again. So we want to see how that holds, really. We were looking at gold as well. Gold gives the drop. Now breaking back up through that zero line. Just not conviction in the shorts as we were expecting in gold if you've been here. Right, we have a bullish day on gold, so we're expecting continuation. We did get a new low. Push down in the next hour. 6Es still just bobbing around. Still taking highs. Yeah, low in that sweep. Low of that one. So nothing yet from a short point of view. Close to zero line. Very strong bullish on pound. Gold, we're going to be looking for longs on today. Tesla's not running yet. QYM. Keep an eye on YM. It's bearish as well, but maybe we're transitioning. So on ES we got the low, right? So same trade on ES. We got the low, and we got a little bit below our target. Unfortunately, the first trade we were one tick away, or we didn't get filled, either or. We had that same trade, right? First drop down, pull back, and then for the lows. So just unfortunately, we didn't get it. We'd have had that same trade. Never mind. Right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. We've got T-Bone on later. He's coming on before New York. So feel free to join him for this afternoon session. We'll be live again, trading. We'll be looking at those gold longs. Just to recap on NQ. It's going to be an interesting day on NQ. If the higher time frame, if we can switch the higher time frame bearish, we could see some big movement, and especially yesterday's lows, going for yesterday's lows. Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting day. If we can start leveling out now, and we could see a good rest of the week, potentially sort of more bullish action. So bit of indecisive moment at the moment. Let's see how it plays out. Obviously, daily wise, yesterday we took previous day's high. So days are taking highs, but right now we're still bearish, still looking bearish, and I'm still thinking about this low. Still thinking about us coming taking this liquidity. Yeah. Other than that, guys, hope you've had a good morning. Hope you've enjoyed the session. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Give us a like. And if you want to trial Max Algo in the indicators that I'm using to trade with the statistics, then there is a 10-day. And you can go to maxalgo.ai. Come into the Discord. We're there to support. We're live. You can ask all your questions. Any training, all that, we'll all do live. This isn't about interrupting us. This looks like we're going to go now. Come for that low. 15 minutes to go. Maybe I'm happy to take a shorter loss. Risk management came above where I wanted. Probability still 53% that we're going to take the low. It's dropped now to 43, as you can see, because we're moving into closer to that last 10 minutes. It's going to be a fast movement if it's going to take the low. Nope, I'm out. Anyway, see you later. I hope you enjoy the stream. See you later.